Thank you.
This is always so spooky. I don't. You know, when I said that we were headed for socialism, what was it, 2 years ago, I said, look out, man. The Democrats and the Republicans are taking us to the same damn destination. Everybody said I was crazy. Now look at it. I mean, now everybody's... Newsweek is saying, we're all socialists now. Oh, thanks, comrade. One book that is just phenomenal because it makes the author look like a prophet is Ayn Rand's book, Atlas Shrugged. I mean, have you read that lately? Yaron Brook is the executive director of the Ayn Rand Center, and he's with us now. I mean, are you looking at Atlas Shrugged now and saying, she told you? How many years ago? Well, it was in the 50s, wasn't it?
This is 51 years ago, Glenn, published in 1957, and absolutely she told us so. The economic catastrophe that we're witnessing now parallels very much the catastrophe in the book. The difference is in the book, the really productive individuals in society are disappearing. So we can't take stuff away from them to redistribute to everybody else anymore. Unfortunately, all the productive people are still sticking around today. So they're going to get taxed even more. They're going to get regulated even more. They're going to get controlled even more.
You know, Yaron, I have to tell you, I'm not sure if that's true. I know several people who I really look up to who are titans, and I think they're just amazing people, and they're good, decent people, and they have said, not going to do it anymore. I mean, they don't need to, and they just don't want to play this game. They rolled up their sleeves at times of trouble and said, I'm going to get in and fix it, but then the government got their fingers into it, and they said, there's no way, I'm not going to fight it, because there's just no way to win when government is involved. There's no way to fix it.
I think you're absolutely right, Glenn. At the margin, there are people leaving our economy, the most productive, the most intelligent. People are either completely leaving, or they're saying, you know what, why work too hard when the government is going to take over 50% of my income, particularly here in California. We talked to, Art Laffer talked about the income taxes. Think about the entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley. Think about all those minds that 20 years ago went into industry to really make a lot of money. Today, if they go and they're successful, California is going to take a big chunk of it. Obama's going to take a big chunk of it.
Yeah, and they don't have to
why make the effort?
That's right, and they don't. And the state doesn't even have to live by its own rules. I mean, can you imagine if you got to tax day and you're like, yeah, I'm going to send you an IOU. You'd go to jail. You'd get fined. You'd get interest. Not the government. They could just send you an IOU.
I mean, they're counting that the government engages in. They're counting. Make Enron seem like, one of the most honest and legitimate companies in American history. I mean, we have unfunded liabilities in this. The federal government has unfunded liabilities of over $60 trillion if you take into account Medicare and Social Security and all this money they're spending like crazy right now.
Okay, so help me out on this. Socialism, as I see it, I mean, the people who really buy into socialism, the intellectuals who, say, hey, Darwin was absolutely right. Yet, for some reason, the Darwinian theory doesn't work in business and real life. I mean, they will not let weak companies fail to let them, grow to the next stage and evolve. I swear to you, economically, these people will take monkey tails and staple them to our backs. I mean, there's no room in socialism for evolution. There is no room in socialism for winners. It's just everybody's the same.
Absolutely. I mean, what socialists do is they capitalize on the ethic that unfortunately is prevalent in America, even among those who are not socialists. And that's the ethic of our primary focus needs to be to take care of the poor or those who haven't, or the failing companies. Failure is the standard. We need to take care of those who have failed. That is our primary moral obligation. And the socialists capitalize on that, and they say, okay, let's do that. Let's use government to take care of all those who have failed, whether it's failing companies, failing banks, failing individuals, those who they think can't afford their health care. Let's take care of everybody, and let's penalize those who are successful, because you know what? They've been too selfish. They've been too self-interested. And we know that even among non-socialists, self-interest is still considered a vice. And until that changes, this country's heading towards socialism or fascism or state control in one way or the other.
Yeah, Yaron, thank you very much. I appreciate your time. By the way,
he
wrote an article in my magazine. In case you don't know, I publish a magazine monthly. It's called Fusion. It's a humor magazine, also a really smart magazine. I mean, smart for people like me. If you would like to order the magazine, you can order it and find out all about it at glennbeck.com. But he wrote an article about Ayn Rand and everything that we're talking about in that. All right, hundreds